Cannot express how grateful I am to Family Rights Group Advice Service. I genuinely don't know how my family would have survived without them. I adopted two non-related girls, and initially we had a wonderful life. But after a few years, I worried about my youngest, who was loving and kind, but then displayed behaviour I could not understand, or in some cases manage. The local authority that placed her with me never disclosed any concerns, and every attempt I made to find out what was happening with her was met with assurances that there was no problem, or accusations it might be me. I fought for medical assessments as she was unable to self-regulate her emotions, couldn't understand risk, and therefore constantly found herself in dangerous situations. I subsequently discovered she had multiple and complex additional needs, which the local authority was aware could be the case, as her older adopted siblings presented with the same issues, possibly connected to the mother's alcoholism and mental ill health. As she was not at risk at home, there was no support. The local authority said that any support she needed I'd accessed on my own. Heartbreakingly, my daughter was groomed and abused, and although several of the perpetrators received prison sentences, she was the one who suffered the most. All attempts to keep her safe as a teenager were unsuccessful, as she constantly ran away. I was hospitalised as a result of a pre-existing medical condition. I was told I needed to sign a Section 20 voluntary agreement, placing her into the local authority's care. No one explained the legal implications of having my child accommodated in local authority care. I needed advice and phoned the Family Rights Group advice line. They didn't make me feel like a bad parent as I'd feared. You see and hear such negative things about parents whose children are in care. You feel ashamed, even when you've done nothing wrong. The advisor listened to me and gave me so much advice about the process, reassuring me that despite loving my daughter, she was beyond parental control and I couldn't keep her safe. Can you imagine my oldest daughter going off to university because she wanted to be a social worker, my youngest being placed in foster care while I was in hospital? I knew it was going to be difficult, but for the next few years, things went from bad to worse. Frequent moves, allegations of ill treatment against staff, self-harm, and then eventually a secure children's home. Nothing worked, and suddenly the local authority decided to return her to me, promising support, but never arrived. She continued to be a victim of sexual abuse, and it was the Family Rights Group advisors who I spoke to, and strangely the police who I'd built a relationship with, that supported me to demand that the local authority act. The local authority issued care proceedings. I accepted I could not care for her, and the local authority always said they recognised this, yet the application alleged failures on my part. I immediately contacted Family Rights Group, who were able to help me to prepare a letter, setting out that I accepted that a care order was necessary, but it was due to her additional needs, her mental ill health, and being beyond parental control. I was relieved that they accepted this at an early stage, and by the time I engaged solicitors to act for me, it was accepted that the case would proceed on that basis. Without the ability to keep herself safe, my daughter was once again groomed and became pregnant with twins. Everyone accepted she couldn't keep her children. Once again, I contacted the advice line, by now confident that I would receive the help I needed to secure the care of my granddaughters. The process was frightening and stressful, but armed with the knowledge the advisors regularly gave me, the professionals listened to me, and I got my special guardianship order, which meant that the twins could live with me permanently. I cannot imagine what would have happened to me if there was no Family Rights Group advice lines available to provide confidential, knowledgeable advice in a non-judgmental way at the worst time in my life. But as I hear my granddaughters racing round my house, causing mayhem, I pray that other families would never have to find out how that would feel.